We've got an exciting Monday Night Football matchup with major playoff implications as the Seattle Seahawks fly up to the New York Giants to face in another doubleheader primetime matchup in the Meadowlands. And we all know how that worked out for the Giants in Week 1. So they're hoping for a little bit better result. And I think they will be able to perform much better than they did in Week 1. They've showed improvements. I think consistency is going to be the big thing for them overall. But in general, though, the Seahawks are going to be a tough matchup for them. And I want to throw it over to you here real quick. With the Giants, the home team, we last saw them on Thursday Night Football. They're having a long rest. What are some things that they need to improve on to give themselves a better shot to win?
So for me, one, they need Saquon Barkley to be healthy, and then two, they need this run game to be more effective. They found a semblance of a run game in the Arizona Cardinals game. Really, I think they were more just getting the ball in Saquon Barkley's hands and letting him create to kind of help spark that comeback. And so for me, getting that going, and then that'll open up things down the field for that receiving group, which is, while improved, is still a little lackluster compared to the rest of the league, especially on the flip side of the ball when you're going against DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, Jackson Smith, and Jigba. So for me, that's going to be kind of the key there, is get that run game going, wear down this defense, and get a rhythm, hard play action, and then you can take your shots. It's going to be a slow build, I think, for this Giants team.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I'll actually build on that, and it maybe counter a little bit, but it's on the offensive side of the ball, is the Seahawks have the worst passing defense and just yards allowed per game. And the Giants have it's just statistically, have the fifth worst, or just shy of 500 passing yards total so far this season. That is, I think, comes with a caveat of that Cowboys game in Week 1 where it was essentially nothing. And the 49ers shut down Daniel Jones in that offense. Just a great defensive performance in general.
Yeah.
I think the Seahawks are going to kind of be in the middle dominance-wise between the 49ers, who are one of the best defenses, versus then I would say the Cardinals and what the Giants were able to do in the second half of that game, come back and win. That's where a majority of those passing yards actually are from. And so I think the Giants can exploit them in the secondary. The issue is going to be this offensive line. They have to be able to protect Daniel Jones. If they're not able to protect him, then it's just going to be something similar to what we saw on Thursday night last week of the 49ers just getting after Daniel Jones, dominating, putting so much pressure on him where he couldn't really do too much with the ball. And then also on top of that, Saquon, as you mentioned, is a great check down option. So you have to have a linebacker to be there or a nickel to be there just to watch him. If he's not on the field, though, you can bring that pressure knowing that there's not really much he can do about that pressure because it's Saquon Barkley. He's not on the field. And then kind of that segues over to Seattle. They had an offensive explosion last week against a good Panthers defense, in my opinion. They moved the ball fairly easily, but it took them a little while to get into the end zone. But that being said, they still got 5 field goals before their first touchdown. I think they just need to keep that consistency, keep that those good long drives going against this Giants defense, wear them out, and just be consistent. Their offense is built kind of similarly, I would say, to San Francisco, where they just have a lot of good weapons that you have to watch. Maybe not as great play calling dynamic like as Kyle Shanahan does have. DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, which I have to double check. Is Tyler Lockett good to play? Because I don't believe he played last.
I don't see him on the injury report.
Okay.
So
I could be wrong on that. Actually, he might have played last week. I'm trying to remember if he had a concussion. But then you also add in JSN, and then you add in Noah Fant, Will Dissly. Then you have Kenneth Walker as well. Just a lot of great weapons, and they just need to grind out this Giants defense. And as we saw last week, the 49ers were able to do that, and then they were just able to kind of control the clock at will. So that's going to be the biggest thing, is pressure on Daniel Jones, and then just control the ball for Seattle.
Yeah. This Seattle team, I think, really is starting to hit their offensive stride. They had a really good Week 2 performance and a really good Week 3 performance. So I do think maybe keeping that Seattle offense on the sideline will be beneficial for the Giants. But we'll have to see. So let's get into our official predictions here. Who do you have coming out ahead in this matchup?
I've been going back and forth, and I just think I'm actually going to go with the Giants here. I think that they're going to win this game. I think that this passing offense, they've had a long rest. I think being at home is going to help them out. They do have the ability to then control the clock, and we saw what they're able to do with this passing offense to spread out the field. And I think that's going to be one of the things that helps them come out with the win. I think Daniel Jones is going to have over 300 yards. If Saquon comes back, that's going to be a big help for him. And so that's something to monitor as we come close to Monday night. But also another thing, though, too, is looking like right now just some injuries to watch as well for the Seattle defense. Draymond Jones, his name's in red on the injury report. Going to have to watch him. Same with Jamal Adams and then Kobe Bryant as well. So we'll just have to see. Those things to monitor. And as well, on top of that, too, this Giants defense isn't actually horrible. And I think they might be able to exploit the offensive line of Seattle, especially, too, if Charles Cross and Phil Haynes don't play as well. So just some stuff to watch here. Monday night, I know it's going to be close. I think I'm just going to give Giants the edge on this one. As it's still the early season, I think maybe Seattle is still just trying to get into that rhythm, and being on the road is going to be tough.
Yeah, for me, I think Seattle has kind of found that rhythm. So I'm going to go with the Seahawks here.
I like it.
I just think that they are the better team here. I know, I think Charles Cross is questionable to play, and they do have some other injuries. I just don't know how big of an impact it'll play and how much the Giants will really be able to take advantage of it. Because also I think Azeez Ojulari is questionable. Andrew Thomas is also questionable to play. He's been out for a couple games now. So that for me, I think is just kind of the thing there with them. I'm just not unsure on how those matchups will play out. And I'm going to favor the team that I think has the better playmakers.
Oh, absolutely. No, it's this early on in the season. I probably am picking the underdog here overall. If you're one for the consistency, I think just matchup wise with how many passing yards that Seahawks defense has given up, and then with the explosiveness, if the Giants can find it and can stay controlled against the Seattle defense, I think it can create a lot of explosive play opportunities for the Giants. So. Yeah, it can go either way. I like it too when we differ, so there's a little bit extra pride on the line as well.
Yeah.
But it's going to be it can't be any worse than the last time the Giants were on primetime, both times actually.
Yeah, that's very fair. So let's go ahead and wrap this video up here. If you guys have not already, please go ahead and like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below on who you think is going to come out ahead in this matchup. Will it be the Seattle Seahawks? Will it be the New York Giants? Let us know what you think. Other than that, we will see you guys next time.